Okay everybody, a very good morning and welcome to the Friday Assembly. As you can see, we are outside our lovely school building. There it is, still very early in the morning. And we always start our assembly by saying, how are you doing? How's your week been? And we say a lot of those things in school, especially when we're on the gate in the morning. We always check how each other's doing. And that's kind of really the subject of our assembly this morning. How are we doing? Sometimes we feel great, sometimes we don't. And we're going to talk about how important it is sometimes to talk to people and share how you're feeling. But I'm sure that a lot of people are going to be feeling great this week because we have our usual certificates to give out. We've got all of those ready. We've got a very, very special guest this morning. And also, we've got our golden tickets, haven't we? And we cannot forget about our golden medals. So let's get right on with everything. How good is it having that view every morning when we come into school? Anyway, last week I set you a problem, and it was, each day I drive to school in the car from Warrington to Liverpool. I've noticed on sunny days that when I'm driving west on the motorway, that the sun isn't in my eyes because it's behind me. Then at the end of the day, when it is still sunny and I'm driving home eastwards on the motorway, it still isn't in my eyes because it's behind me. And I asked people to do a written explanation of what that was all about. Thank you, I had lots and lots of entries. I've looked through them very carefully. And Oliver and Dominic, you have won. Nishan, you have won. So you three come to my room this afternoon and choose a book from the big selection. Well done. Okay, let's do some shout outs. Are you ready? Miss Coyle says, please could Adam and Mohammed in the Bella class get a shout out, please? Adam and Mohammed have been Captain Collaborative as they absolutely blew us away this week when we were learning all about Ramadan. And they've even been teaching year 2 about it, and they even went to Mrs. Lucas's room, who was super impressed. Shout out from Miss Atherton, who says, Lulu please, for a positive and well-mannered presence around school and in class. Well done Lulu, and I totally agree with Miss Atherton. One from me, from Tilly Bridget. Tilly Bridget gave me a piece of paper, and on there was a very detailed written description that she'd done at home about our school and how good it was. So she'd done that at home on her own, spelt perfectly. Well done Tilly Bridget. Miss Moore, she said, shout out to Mia in year 6 please for working really hard in maths and English this week. Miss McLaughlin would also like to give Jet a shout out for his incredible effort in reading. Well done Mia, well done Jet. Mr. Mason's been in touch. He said, can I give a shout out please to my phonics group? I've been blown away by Leo, Glory, Theo, James, Betty, Amelia, Kaimani, Rita, Mason, Finley, Elliot and Cole this term. They have all been incredibly focused and they are getting more and more confident each day. They are all superstar readers. Well done. Okay, have you had a birthday this week? I know Charlie has. Oh, happy birthday, Charlie. If you have had a birthday, stand up. Wave to everybody in your class. Tell them what you got for your birthday. And are we ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday if you've had a birthday in the last 7 days. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. And teachers, are you ready? Because it's that time where you now need to press pause because you need to announce the Head Teachers Awards. Well done, everybody. So at the end of the day, when you're downstairs before your mums, dads, granddads come, do show me what you got your Head Teachers Award for. Okie dokie, it's maths questions now, and it's money. So get ready, we did money a couple of weeks ago. So, phase 1, are you ready? If I had 7 5p's, okay, a 5p coin, if I had 7 of them, how much money would I have altogether? That's your question. Phase 2, if I have 5 coins in my wallet, and the total of the coins added up together is £3.65, what are the coins? Phase 3, as we know, we get a very kind donation of our books, and twice a year I ask them for £350 for books. We're very lucky. So I want to know, if I ask them twice a year for £350, how much do they donate in 5 years? Okay, here's your answers. Phase 1, 5p's. If I had 7 5p's, 7 5s if you're counting 5s, 35p. Phase 2, the coins that total £3.65, you should have a £2, a £1, a 50p coin, a 10p coin, and a 5p coin. And the book donations, twice a year, £350 over 5 years. We got it? £3,500. We are very lucky with that one. Okay, it's time to press pause again almost. Okie dokie. Teachers, press pause. Well done, everybody. Again, come and find me at the end of the day and tell me why. Often the teachers write on the back. Tell me why you got those. Okay, jokes. It's jokes time. So again, I'm getting loads of jokes at the minute. So thank you for these if you gave them to me. Number 1, what do you call a mushroom who is popular and tells really good jokes? You call him a fungi. That's good. Number 2, what did the cheese say when it looked at itself in the mirror? Hello, me. Again, that's another good one. And the last one, what do you call a frog with no nose and no body? Nobody knows. I know, a good one. Okay, Douglas, are you ready? Douglas, it's time for the poetry section. Hi everybody, it's that time of the assembly. I think it's our 4th week, isn't it? 4th time we've done this together.
Yeah.
Poetry Corner. And first of all, just a big thank you to all the children who have dropped in poems either to my office or in the mornings, and they're getting better. So it's good that you're doing these at home in your own time. And yeah, thank you from Douglas and I. So we've chosen a winner for this week that we're going to read. And if you're in year 3, it's one of you, Alicia, year 3. And I really like this poem because year 3 are doing all about animals, and I think they're trying to persuade me that we should have a school pet. And Alicia has kind of thought, poem, persuasion, pet. Over to Douglas.
So this is a poem of a school dog. It's a mix of persuasive writing and a poem, and here it is. Can we have a dog? He might sit on a log. We will take care of him and put his poo in the bin. When he gets ill, he will stay very still. We will take him to the vet, and he will be a perfect pet. Alicia, year 3, Lamb Bananas, thank you very much.
And seeing as you are our star poem author of the week, you, Alicia, please come up this afternoon and choose yourself a book to keep and take home. Poetry Corner, that's it for this week, but please keep on sending your poems in. So it's goodbye from me and...
Goodbye from me, and see you next week.
Thank you very much, Douglas. And we'll see you next week for the next episode of that. It's golden tickets time. So every time you get to gold, your teachers go on the computer and put your name on a list. And it's a special list that everybody can see, which is great. And also, Miss Park, who's one of our administrators, can see it. She puts it all together into a 3 big spinning wheels on the computer for me. And Jacob and Dominic and I, we spin those wheels with all those names, and that's how we get our golden ticket winners. So we've got lots of books to give away. So teachers, find that email that Dominic, Jacob and I sent earlier today, and please let your children know who are the phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3 winners this week. Well done if you won the books. Please come up to my office this afternoon before you go home and choose whatever book that you would like. Okay, it's time for our special guest. Have a little look at Duke Street. And it's our special guest time. Who could it be? Could it be a governor? Could it be one of the children like it was last week? Could it be a parent? Well, do you remember before when I was talking about mental health and keeping safe, and that it's a special week this week for that? Well, we've got one of our parents. Welcome, Lauren. Thank you for being our special guest.
No problem.
So, like I've said earlier in the assembly, we think it's really important here to keep children safe. And this week is something called Mental Health Awareness Week, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So, first of all, can you tell us a little bit about your job?
Yeah, so I'm a community mental health nurse, so I work not in a hospital but in a community setting, visiting people at home that need a little bit of support, usually once they've come out of hospital, and we just see them for a few weeks. Or some patients we see for a long period of time just to keep them well in the community. And we also run physical health checks in the doctors as well, so you might see us sometimes in the doctors doing our physical health checks as well.
Right. And kind of when we have an injury like a broken leg, or if we've got a really bad cough, it's dead easy to see and we can sort it out. But sometimes it can be a bit more tricky with our mental health and well-being, can't it? So why is it really important for us to look after our mental health and well-being?
I think it's really important because only us really truly know how we're feeling inside. So it's really important to articulate how you feel to other people. Because like you said, when you've got a cough, the doctor can hear it, can listen to your chest, or if you broke your leg, they'd be able to fix it. But when it's your mental health, we have to really go off what the individual's telling us. And sometimes people don't want to because they're embarrassed. So I think it's really important to speak about how you're feeling so that other people don't feel alone. And then we obviously can get the help that's needed.
Because sometimes when you talk to somebody, you kind of automatically feel a bit better, don't you?
Yeah, that's what they say, isn't it? A problem shared is a problem halved. Sometimes just talking about things make you feel like you're not alone, you're not going through it on your own.
So talking to people is a really good idea. Is there anything else that you think our children or families could do to look after their mental health and well-being?
Yeah, so something that I do with Mila and Hattie is sometimes if I know that the children have had a bit of a bad day or a bit of a difficult day, we always reflect on the day, and I think that's really important, and try and seek out some positives. So we do what's called gratitude. So we always say something together. We do it every day, not even if it's been a bad day, but we do everything. So something that they've been grateful for that day, and sometimes it might just be the dinner that they've been grateful that they've got full bellies. But I think there's always a positive that you can find in the day.
Definitely. And like we said before, mental health and well-being is important every single week of the year. But why do you think it's important to kind of have a special week like this to raise awareness of it?
Because I think sometimes things can go unnoticed, or we can just get so caught up in our daily life that we almost forget how important mental health is. So I think having a week to raise awareness where we're all talking about our mental health is just really important to break the stigma down with mental health, and just to have that week where we can voice how we're feeling and sharing experiences and really focusing on it.
And sometimes it's all about knowing your friends, isn't it? Because you get to know your friends very well, and sometimes you might just think, gosh, they don't seem themselves, and sometimes it's just a case of saying, how are you doing, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's important in my job as well. That's why we build really good positive relationships with our friends, our family, and also the people that we're caring for. Because like you said, sometimes they don't have to say anything. You can just tell from the way that they're behaving that they're not the normal self, and that something's up. And I guess sometimes it's just about saying, are you okay? Do you want to talk to me?
Yeah.
And just letting that person know that you're there for them, that's so important.
Definitely. Now, you've been part of our school community for 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years.
And one of the things that we really enjoy doing is having visitors in schools. So we have lots of people come to see our school, we have open days, and we haven't been able to do it for the last 12 months. So we've done things like create little videos on the website, and a question I often find myself answering is asking people to tell me what LIPA Primary School is like. So the next question is, how would you explain LIPA Primary School to someone who's never been?
This would have been more interesting if I brought one of the nurses from the office, because I'm always praising LIPA Primary, so they would have been able to explain what I say, usually. But I'm always so positive about it. I think it's a really inclusive school. I think they cover a wide variety of topics, and I just think more than anything the kids feel really safe and able to express themselves here, and that's so important for me. Because I feel like learning just comes naturally once you're happy,
Yep.
and so I feel like as long as my kids are happy and thriving, that the learning will come.
Now, as you know, we love music at LIPA Primary School. I've got my turntable there ready to go. We've got you two on this week. And the question that we always ask every single special guest is, what's your favourite kind of music?
I'm one of those people that doesn't have a favourite type of music.
I am a bit like that as well.
I just like different songs, so the girls get me listening to Girls Aloud all the
Oh dear.
Not Girls Aloud, Little Mixes
Oh,
all
no.
the time. And then I like really acoustic things, usually like covers with a band just playing, you know,
Right.
just so you can just hear the voice. But yeah, I listen to whatever Mila and have to listen to, don't I? Let's face it.
And I can't wait to listen to some live music from next week.
Yeah,
That'll be
definitely.
nice too. Lauren, thank you so much for being our special guest this week.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
You're probably thinking to yourself, everybody, why is assembly outside today? Because with all we've been talking about in this assembly and this week about keeping ourselves healthy, our healthy minds and all of that kind of thing, fresh air is just the best thing. So I thought a good place to do the assembly was right out here in our lovely outside area this week. So that's why we're here. You're probably thinking gold medals. I haven't forgotten. Miss Graham had a choice this week. She says, my choice for golden medal this week is Isla in the Playhouse class. Well done, Isla. Isla is a child that I think all staff know and would agree she consistently shows all of the LIPA values and goes above and beyond at school. She has an amazing attitude to learning and strives to be the best she can be every single day. She's a real Captain Inquisitive with a passion for learning. The next one is me. I had a choice and this was really difficult. And it really was, you know, because we've got so many people who consistently show LIPA values. But I've gone for Madison in Sefton Park because day on day, she is such a positive person. She comes in. When we were doing the fasting last week, she said to me, good luck today. Can you say good luck to the other staff? I thought, that's lovely. And just all around school, and I know her teachers agree, such a positive attitude. Well done, Madison, for you. And the kitchen staff have chosen Gabby. So Gabby, you have won. And again, they all said beautiful attitude, lovely manners. And Miss Atherton, lastly, chose Ishmael for an outstanding attitude to maths in particular, but also for demonstrating LIPA values. Now, can you see the consistent theme? LIPA values, LIPA values, LIPA values. We have high expectations here of ourselves, grown-ups, teachers, but these children are consistently achieving them and surpassing them, which is great. Okay, we're nearly at the end now. I have got a question for you, and it's about history. If you know the answers, you need to get the answers written down for me. Are you ready? Now, you probably know that one of my favourite subjects is history. And in particular, I love all about the Tudors. They were around, they came to the throne in 1485 and right the way through to 1601. And I love that period of history. Now, one of the second Tudor king was Henry VIII. You've probably heard of him. He had 6 wives, believe it or not. My question for this week is, I would like the name of Henry VIII's 6 wives in order, spelt correctly, written down and given to me. And I will give 3 prizes. If we get more than 3 correct answers, I'll put them in a hat and draw them out. And yes, get your answers to me. So, have a great weekend, everybody. Hopefully the sun shines. And remember all the advice from today's assembly. If you're feeling great, make somebody else feel great. And if you're not feeling great, I think the best thing to do is talk to somebody. All right, have a lovely weekend. Thanks, everyone.